take a look at this. This is kind of interesting. Cavs' most used lineup played just a total of 89 minutes this season. Fewest minutes for any team's most used lineup. And that group included Darius Garland and DeAndre Hunter, who were both traded midseason. The group of James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen played together in just 7 games, a total of 92 minutes. The Cavs were terrific in those 92 minutes, outscoring their opponents by almost 27 points per 100 possessions. You want to compare that? The Raptors' starting lineup played together for almost 350 minutes prior to the season finale against Brooklyn, even though Podol was injured, missed 36 games. The group outscored opponents by 7.5 points per 100 possessions, 12th among the 19 lineups that scored at least 200 minutes. You look at that, and I don't think the Cavs know exactly what this lineup can do at this point in time. They have an idea, but they haven't done it.
I agree with you, right? The Cavs also have played 41 different starting lineups in the regular season. So you understand that there's this difficulty of Kenny Atkinson trying to learn what is going to be best, right? The Golden State Warriors of years past used to have a death lineup, a lineup that they could readily go to at any point where they knew that they would have success. Kenny Atkinson doesn't have that. Their Cavs are still deciding who's going to be the starting 5 member alongside James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. It could be Dean Wade. It likely will be Dean Wade. But that doesn't only matter for the first quarter, but also then who's the best closing lineup. And Kenny Atkinson then has to read and react to the game itself and make changes on the fly depending on who's hot, who's playing well, what the matchup needs, and either if the Cavs are going to lean into offense or defense in the fourth quarter to close out games. I think it's going to be the most difficult situation for Kenny Atkinson, and especially knowing that he hasn't had the opportunity to get a feel or a vibe of some of these viable options, whether that be Keon Ellis, whether that be Dennis Schroeder. How small the sample size is with all of these different players is going to play a factor into the decisions that Kenny Atkinson makes, understanding that he's going to trust in the players that he has known, which is why Max Strus might get more run, even though he didn't play the first 67 games of the regular season. He knows what he can bring in the postseason.
Let me ask you this. How patient can Kenny Atkinson afford to be? Because there's a sense of urgency, and he's got a lot of options. There are 12 guys that at some point in time have played valuable stretches for this team.
I agree with you, and I think it's difficult because he doesn't have the opportunity of grace, right? If you're playing poorly, you have a 3 to 5 minute stint, and that is all you're going to get, right? Because if you're not performing at the level that is necessary or is asked of your role, then Kenny Atkinson cannot make an emotional decision and say, well, you've been out here doing what you needed to during the regular season. I'm going to give you more leeway. That can't be the case. Kenny Atkinson has to be able to make tough decisions and pull guys, even if they're starters, even if they're star players, even for just spurts, if they're not giving what is necessary to plug and play other players. And that's why you can't have the feeling that you're going to lose the locker room, you're going to lose a player over a 7-game series because you take minutes away. You have to have trust not only in the player, but in the coach to make the right decisions in those moments, because as we know, the Cavs must get to the Eastern Conference Finals or there are going to be huge changes for this roster this summer.